What is up, YouTube? This is the TheDuelFactory once again with another deck profile. This time I'll be bringing you two deck profiles in one day, actually, especially since the new ban list came out. The two decks will be Mermails and Raid Raptors. First one will be Mermails. The list didn't really touch these decks at all, other than the limitation of Norden, but for this particular deck I'm still playing 3 Instant Fusion because it's a combo piece that I want to see. I would have brought this deck to you guys sooner, however, I didn't have all the cards foiled out. But Mermails is one of my favorite decks to play. It was actually the deck I got my first invite when I got back into the game. My buddy Nolan, he doesn't play anymore, but this was his favorite deck today. Same case with my buddy Brendan. You saw him on the channel profile this deck. He doesn't play anymore, but this was his favorite deck to play as well. So I figured it was a good one to put on the channel for you guys. And then, but yeah, let's get on to the deck profile. So to start off the list, you play 3 copies of Mermail Abyssmegalo. This is the card that lets you OTK everything. Its effect's simple. You discard 2 waters to special summon it, and it searches any Abyss, spell, or trap card. Also, this card, you contribute 1 face-up attack position water to give it 2 attacks. This is what allows you to OTK. It allows you to put more than 8,000 damage on board, so that's why we play him. To note, I do play the heavy Mermail version. So, with that being said, I play 3 copies of Mermail Abyssteus. This deck always wants to go second. Like, without a doubt, always wants to go second. However, you're not always going to win the dice roll, so I wanted to make the build that it can still throw up a huge board, but it still has the power to OTK all the time. So that's why I play the Teus. And then, like, it's like when you open Teus, it's really hard to lose, because Teus is honestly that good for being a 1-drop. And then I also play the 1 lead, because this allows you to loop a potential of 4 cards out of your opponent's hand, and it's a big beater, so that's why we play that. On into some of the other Mermails. I only play 1 copy of Mermail Abyssleed. Only having 1 Lind in the deck is weird, because I'm so used to playing this deck where you had 3 Pike, 3 Lind, and 3 Sphere. But the game's evolved a lot since then, so we only play 1 Lind, because you want to maximize your offensive output, not your defensive output. That in the Teus also allows you to put out more damage turn 1, so that's why you can play 3 of that, but only 1 Lind. I also play 2 Gund. You only need 2 copies of Gund, you don't need 3. It's searchable through Pike, Teus. It's recyclable through the Mermail Abyssturge, so we play 2 copies of it, and it's really good with a handful of Mermail. 1 Pike, you don't have as many targets in the deck to search. Like, you can only search Gund and Marksman with it, so 1's perfectly fine. And then 1 Turge to recycle it, and then you can still do the Pike Turge combo. We gives you a free rank 4. We do play the 1 copy of Mermail Abyssocea. Osha allows you to do the Teus play where you can end with Bahamut, Mech-equipped, and Trite turn 1. So if you're forced to go 1, that's a good card to go to. Plus, it gives you a little bit more OTK ability, because if you go second, then it just opens up room for another OTK. 1 copy of Mermail Abyssshilde. This allows you to put another Mermail on board without using your normal summon, and that's why I like it. And that's it for the Mermails. On to the Atlanteans, the best card in the deck. 3 Mermail Abyss, Neptabyss, the Atlantean Prince. I just call him a Mermail, forgive me, guys. But this card, what it does, once per turn, you can send any Atlantean from your deck to the graveyard to add another Atlantean. So you can send Dragoons to add Dragoons, which gets the ball rolling extremely fast in your deck, or you can send Marksman, you can send Infantry. But more or less, this made it where Neptabyss plus any water in your hands and OTK. This card's phenomenal. Like, it is the best card printed for the deck in a long time. Plus, when it's sent to the graveyard to activate a water monster effect, it monster reborns any Atlantean card. So any Atlantean you can use again. So this card breaks the deck. I play 2 copies of Atlantean Dragoons because I'm only allowed to play 2. But this is what made Mermail so good to begin with. You send it to the graveyard to activate a water monster's effect, and it searches any sea serpent in your deck. So basically your entire deck. Like, that card's phenomenal. It also has an effect where if it's on the field, face up level 3 or lower, I think sea serpents? Yeah, sea serpents. Can attack your opponent directly. That effect's not really relevant, but it's there if you need it. I only play 2 copies of Marksman in the deck, because we are playing the heavy Mermail version. So, that being said, you don't need it as much to push through back row, but sometimes it gets the ball rolling, get your Neptabyss on board, because when it does damage, it summons any Atlantean. So, that's a neat use for it. And then the other Atlantean we play 3 Infantry. I don't know how the format's going to be now that Pepe was severely crushed, but this card has more utility than the Marksman as in terms of nuking cards on the field, because a lot of your threats are now face up now, not face down. So that card, that's why I feel like Infantry is better than the Marksman at the point, but we'll see as the format progresses, we'll see what happens. And that's it for the Atlanteans. On for the non-water support monsters. I play one Moulinglacia. It's very, very easy to drop in this deck, especially with Neptabyss now. You can do it turn 1 almost every game, so that's why I play it, and it's searchable. The Lone Diva, because it's still at 1. I love this card. I see why it's at 1. However, it just loses to every single hand trap in the format. Like, every single one. Maxi, Ghost Ogre, Valor, all of them. So half the time when I find myself in the situation, I'd rather just summon the Neptabyss than summon the Diva. However, there's sometimes that if Diva's the only card in your hand, it just gets the entire ball rolling. And then I play the 2 Aqua Spirits to maximize the Mermail Abyssteus play. And it also helps push for OTKs. And that's it for the monsters. On to the spells. Even though Norden's at 1, I still play 3 copies of Instant Fusion. Like, you need to play 3 of this card. It's a combo piece. It allows you to win. I don't know if I'm going to play Thousand Eye Restrict yet, because, like, to be perfectly honest, like, it's cool in theory, but, like, let's be real here. Take an opponent's monster, and then your Thousand Eye Restrict dying, it's this... I personally think it's too slow. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong. I haven't tested it, because I didn't realize it was coming off the list. However, we'll see how that goes, but for now, 3 Instant Fusion for the 1 Norden. On another card in the deck I hate playing, but I feel like you have to because people are cheeky, make turn 1 Dwellers, is you play 3 Forbidden Chalice. This basically allows you to negate the Dweller and go off on your turn because Dweller absolutely kills this deck. I do play 2 copies of Twin Twister. This card, this deck can play through back row, especially with the heavy Mermails. However, there are some times where that part of the deck just doesn't cut it, so you need to be able to deal with the back row threats immediately, and this card lets you do it. I also play 1 copy of Salvage to put, like, Diva and your Neptabysses back, or, like, your guns, just anything that allows Megalo to get, like, full value out of it. So we play the 1 copy. 1 Mermail Abyss-Scale of The Mizuchi. This is the best one to play because it 800 boost and it negates spells. So it puts Megalo without Dweller at 32, with Dweller it's at 37. Or you can make Mermail Abysspikes as big as 4K. So that's huge. 1 copy of 1 for fun. Funny story about this. I was playing at my locals last night, and I just threw this deck together. And I couldn't think of what card I was missing, and then it was Sighting and all that fun stuff. And then I realized I was playing Soul Charge over this. Don't do that. That was a bad idea. Terrible. It actually cost me a game against my buddy Bobby because I had Soul Charge instead of 1 for 1 in hand, and 1 for 1 would have won the game. But that's a different story. So 1 copy of 1 for 1, and then the 1 lone copy of Sphere for the win. And then that is it for the main deck. It is 40. On to the extra deck. We have the 1 lone copy of Norden, now newly limited, but this card's broken. Like, it makes this deck ridiculous. It's good for rank 4 decks in general, but, I mean, being able to resolve Dragoons multiple times in the turn, and then using that on top of it to resolve it is really good. 1 Tatsunoko for the Diva Neptabyss play. This allows you to go into your Trishua and all sorts of fun stuff. I do play 1 Tiger King, Dewloren Tiger King in the Ice Barrier. I like this card because you can bounce back your Sphere in random cases that you need it, or if you need a spell card to resolve, you can bounce your Abyss-Scale of The Mizuchi and then re-equip it and stuff like that, so it has some utility plays. 1 Gungnir. I like this better than Black Rose because it gives you spot removal other than mass removal, and a lot of decks like are hurt a lot more from not mass removal, but spot removal versus mass removal. And then the 1 copy of Trish. Unfortunately, I don't have a DT one of this. This and the Chalice is the only thing that are not foiled out. So, but yeah, making Trish in the deck's real easy, and this also attributes to the 4-card hand loop. 1 Mermail Abysstrite because I still play Bahamut Shark because I play the Teuses. I do play 1 Nightmare Shark. I'm going to replace this with a Mech Equipped because I forgot to put it in there yesterday, and I had an opportunity for that combo, but I didn't do it. However, I might keep this in, I don't know yet, just because making a Mermail Abyssmegalo that can attack directly twice when it's at 3,700 is pretty savage, I'm not going to lie. So maybe we'll keep this in, but I know in the future I am going to play Mech Equipped. I play 1 Castell as the only non-water XYZ, other than Big Eye. But it's a good generic out. I play 2 copies of Mermail Abyss Dweller. This deck makes this card the most, because 1, it shuts off graveyards, which almost every deck strategy other than Draco Pals is hurt by turning off the graveyard. And the 500 boost in this deck's really relevant because it helps for more consistent OTKs. I play one Silent Honor Arc. It gets its effect. Dragoons gets effect when you discard, or detach, I should say. And it's a good generic rank 4. The Bahamut Shark for the turn 1 board, plus it also resolves Dragoons. One number 37 Hope Wolf Dragon Spider Shark. This card's really cool. It monster reborns any card in your graveyard, plus it reduces everything on your opponent's side of the field by 1,000. So, and it's a 26 water monster, so it's really good. One Gaios. Gaios is by far the best generic rank 7 you can make in this deck for 2 waters. Skill Drain prevents level 5 or higher monsters from taking white has material. So it's really good. And then I also play one copy of number 11 Big Eye, because it's the best generic rank 7 that you could generally make without having the restriction of 2 level 7 waters. But that was my Mermail deck profiles. Guys, always remember to like, comment, subscribe, and like I said, right after this video is done, I will be bringing you my Raid Raptor deck profile as well. So stay tuned for that. Peace.